the high tea in London. So I'm super excited for it. Like, I don't even know how to feel. I'm just, you know, very excited. She's an inspiration. She's incredible. Her work is incredible. Even though I still have a bit of time, I would prefer to just, you know, gauge the scenery and just really appreciate this moment because it's gonna fly by. I know that for sure. I'm like 2 minutes away from the St. James Court Hotel. Just come in and met a few of the girls and they seem so lovely. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. This is my outfit for the day. Nothing crazy. Just thought I'd keep it cute. And these are the shoes. So yeah. Isn't it all?
I lived here, and then you would think I was crazy.
I
was pulling all these moves.
Can I just say, it's so weird to have you here.
Yeah. It feels awesome.
I know. I'm going to say before anybody else says it. I know we all look controlled. But
You're not!
is this real?
Yes, it's really happy here.
Thank you for coming.
Honestly.
Honestly, I should probably come more often.
Yes,
And
please.
a lot of people are like, is this your first time here? And I'm like, no, I actually went to primary school here.
Really?
Nobody knows.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I went to Thamesmead.
No way!
Oh, wow.
That is ends.
You get anywhere by like nitpicking and nagging because all you're gonna do is make somebody's defenses come up. And when people's defenses come up, their defense mechanism is to fight against that. It's like when you're being attacked, you're going to defend yourself.
Yeah.
So you don't really learn when your defenses are up. If you feel like somebody is tearing you down or not there for you or not trying to make you better, you're not going to improve. So you kind of have to come at it a different angle. Like, look, I get it. This is how you are. But this is how I am too, and I'm trying to, you know, figure me out, and if you can figure you out, so try sometimes. Like, don't just say, oh, why do you always? Just sometimes, just try. Always trying to be better than me.
Okay.
Now, if I want to try something new or dabble in something new, I'll look left and I'll look right, and you also notice when you do that, it's a quick glance. So I'm going to adjust based off of what you're doing.
Adjust,
You're
yeah.
going slow, I'm going to speed up and cut in front. Oh,
Okay.
you're like, okay, that's fine. I'll yield, and then maybe I'll cut in front in the next lane.
Okay.
So that's exactly how I treat it. It's just like driving a car. That windshield is super huge. Those side mirrors are really small, and you look at them so quickly. Even in regards to looking to the past, like that rear view mirror is little too, and
Tiny.
it's like, okay, let me look right quick because I'm
Yeah.
But you're not just sitting there focusing on it. You're looking straight ahead.
Yeah.
Unless you're like snapping and driving. But like,
That's
for the
cool.
most part, it's like you're really just kind of facing forward. You're trying to reach your destination. Like, you don't know what's happening in that
only
car.
focus on
You
yourself,
can only know what's happening in your car. You don't know if she don't got no gas in that car. Like, you have no idea. Whenever you decide you want to change lanes, quick glance left and right. Maybe you look at the past, see what's behind you, but you always face forward. Like, always. That should be your direction at all times. Every year I give away pretty much my entire closet to charity. Like the stuff that I knew I was not going to wear because I was a collector of things. So at one point in my life, I literally had like 600 pair of shoes. Clothes, but then my friends would be pissed. They're like, yo, like
What
you
about
wasn't
me?
going to let us come. Look at your closet. Like I couldn't have those shoes because I would take this stuff to Goodwill, which I don't know if you guys know what Goodwill is, but it's like Salvation Army.
Okay.
Like you basically just donate your stuff. You drop the bags off and just drive away. So I would take like Dolce & Gabbana pants that I found for like $10 on a rack somewhere. I'm like, I'm never gonna wear these. I'll give them away. And I got tired of my friends cussing me out every 6 months or every year that I would do it. So I decided one night to photograph pictures of everything on my iPhone and just post it on Big Cartel, which was like a free sell your stuff. So I posted it on there, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna make everything $5 or $10. Like, whoever wants whatever, y'all don't have to cuss me out, call me, text me. Take your $5 over there. That'll pay for your shipping, and I will ship it to you because I don't even want to try to meet up with you nowhere. Like, no, like I will mail you the stuff, And so I posted it all, and then I put it on my Facebook, and I was like, hey guys, cleaning out my closet. If you want something, click this link. And I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and I had like $700 in my PayPal account. And I was like, oh.
This is nice.
Okay. I was like, this is cute. But I'm really good at recognizing demand and meeting that demand. Like whenever I start a company, I don't do things because other people are doing it. I try to find things that don't exist or where there's like a need in the market, and I try to fulfill that need. So I'm like, if all these people are asking me for my clothes, it means they either like my style, they like my prices, or like they just want a piece of me. So what do? I'm like, okay, vintage is really, really in right now. I took all my clothes to Goodwill. I wonder what else is at Goodwill. So I go to Goodwill and I started thrifting. So I would look through and I would find like vintage Chanel tops and Oscar de la Renta for like $5. And I would turn around and sell it for like 15 or 20. And like I started making gradual profits. But then I moved to LA. And when I moved to LA, I stopped thrifting because I discovered this place called the Fashion District. And basically what it is I could find like all kinds of like tops and dresses and stuff wholesale. So I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But the thing about wholesale is you always have to meet a minimum. And I think the minimum then was like 6 pieces. But I'm like, okay, I'm only used to selling one thing at a time. I don't know if I can sell like 6 of this thing, and I'm not in a position to where I can afford to put my money into inventory. So I started with what I had. I went next door to the Fashion District, which was, they were like individual boutiques, but they were getting their stuff from the Fashion District, so they couldn't mark it up that much. And I'm like, girls at home would love this stuff, and it's so much cheaper here. Like this same pair of jeans at home is $30, but here it's $13. So I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna sell it for $17. And so I would buy one, and I would see if that one sold. I would see how quickly it sold. Like if somebody bought it in 2 seconds, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go get some more of that. If it took a little longer, it's like, okay, well, is it because I only had a small? Did maybe somebody want a medium? Like I would constantly look at what now you would call analytics. Then it wasn't like a fancy report. I didn't have these buttons that I would click on to see where all my big customers are. Like before I came to London, I knew how many customers I had in London. It was like, how quickly did this shirt sell? Like you have to constantly be looking at stuff like that and constantly learning your market. So you might make a shirt and you might love that shirt, but it just doesn't sell. I was like, oh my God, silver velvet pants, like the kids will live. I bought, what, 300 pair of them or something? Because I was used to selling like that much of something. So I bought all those pants and maybe sold one. Like literally one. I think one person bought them they're supposed to be $70. One person might have bought them at $50. You have to learn your market while also staying true to your brand.
My question was more of for the people that don't have the funds, the capital to raise money.
Start with where you're at. Don't feel like you need to have a huge inventory. Start with one dress. Like literally one dress. That's how exclusive we are. We have one dress. Like you don't have to feel bad about it. There's so many billionaires, even Mark Cuban. Like I love Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban was like, never ever take out a loan to start a business. You never want to start off in the red. So if all you have is the one shirt that you made, you market the hell out of that one shirt. You sell that shirt. You take the money out that you need to go buy more material. And then whatever's left over, that's your profit. You can decide you want to make 2 shirts. Or maybe you're like, you know what, let me try one shirt again. Like, don't feel bad about a humble beginning. When that's your only option, you make it work. Don't feel like you need to save up to get 30 shirts because you'll end up like me, having the money to buy 300 pair of pants but not being able to move them and being pissed off. So,
Have the pure, like a fashion trade show, but we don't really have like what you have in America, like the bread, there was something in Vegas you have.
Oh, the magic show.
And then there's like bread and butter as
That's
well.
in Berlin.
Berlin, yeah. But we don't have much of a wholesaler like that. And when you try to communicate with every other places outside of London,
very hard
to get them to agree to consign with you to actually get stock and product. What would be your best advice for that?
And to be honest, you just have to keep trying until you find that one vendor that's willing to work with you. It's not as simple as like, oh, let me just drive to the fashion district really quick, or let me just pick up the phone and call and ask, do they have this? Like, you literally have to try until you find that one person that you can work with. That's why things like vendor lists are so expensive. It's like, if I decided that I wanted to sell my list of vendors to a new company, they would pay me a ton of money for it, and it's because I've already done the work to establish those vendors. So it's kind of like a work thing. Look at her. I bet she on Snap.
I love it.
You can always tell when somebody's on Snap.
Yeah.
Where do you draw your inspiration for your creativity from?
Honestly, I get inspiration from the most random things. Like, it could be anything from, oh, I like the colors of this sandwich. Like,
Yeah.
or like, look how this thing is plated, or shapes and silhouettes. Like, it's sad, but even like in the winter time, watching
Preach,
homeless people
yeah.
on the street, it's like, dang, like those layers.
Yeah.
Like, I get sad when I see homeless people, but then I'm like, wow, like this is kind of inspiring. Like, it's very weird.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the girl who will see homeless people and then automatically be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and exactly.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, why can't we all have a house?
Yeah.
And then it's like, but look at the way they layer. And it's like a survival thing. But then I turn around and I'm like, it's almost like a subconscious thing. I'm easily inspired, but not easily influenced. Okay, being new, you want to seem, or you want to come off as very, very professional. Like, you have it all together. But the more professional I got, the more I realized this budget is trash, and you know it. So if you know it's garbage, you need to bring some stuff. Like, we're going to work collectively as a team, because the people who've been doing it for a long time, like, they're rarely hiring newbies, and if they are hiring newbies, it's because they need somebody that's willing to work with them. But in the beginning, it's hard. Like, and nobody wants to give you clothes, so you kind of have to network and learn how to work with other people who might not necessarily do the same exact thing as you, but are in your field. I think it comes from two things. One, I don't believe money is my master. And I think that I could have it today and lose it tomorrow, but what I won't lose are people and relationships. Growing up, Marks and Spencer's over there, my mom used to go in there and buy me all kind of crap that I didn't need when I was growing up. I've had it before. But then I've also gone through periods where I've had absolutely nothing. It wasn't really like a big deal to be like, oh my god, like I have this new watch and I have this, my don't talk to me. Like, I've never really been that person. I don't think my possessions define me or anybody else around me. I treat people based off of their attitude. And then my second thing is, I've always believed that I need to humble myself before God does it for me. So it's like, girl, if God turns around and says he wants you to be humble today, you won't have the opportunity to make that choice of whether you want to be humble or not.
Yeah.
So just be a good person. Like, treat people respectfully. Don't lie. Don't try to make it seem like you have something that you don't. That also comes with me not caring what people think about me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you think if I'm rich or poor. Like, I got what I got regardless. So I'm not going to sit here and put up a front like I'm like super balling, like, ooh, like me. Like, you're going to like me whether I have stuff or not.
Yeah.
And if you only like me for my stuff, I really don't want you liking me
Anyway.
We're all one decision away from being super rich or super broke. Like, and I have to remember that at all times. And my mind is always more focused on being a better me, or like actually improving something, or creating a legacy, or being revolutionary. Like, I want to be remembered after I'm dead. I want people to know me for being somebody who tried and did a good job and continued trying and fell and got up again. Like, I want people to know that you can do it too. I don't want to be the person that's like, oh, you can't sit with us.
Yeah.
You can.
You
Just not
can.
today, because I only invited 10 people. Because I woke up one day realizing the only reason why I was in school was because I was really good at it, and not because I liked it.
Yeah.
Worked. I think the process of learning was easy for me, because I could read a book, and the normal person probably will start thinking about what they want to eat later, or what their friends are doing, or what else they could be like. They zone in and out.
Yeah.
When I read, I don't. Or like when I'm trying to learn something, I don't catch myself zoning out. I graduated and I started doing this fashion thing, and I was like, yo, this is kind of hard. Like I don't really know what I'm doing, but I like it. Okay, so let me try it a little more. And then I'm like, I'm broke. I'm like really broke. But I kind of still want to go to this photo shoot. And then I realized that this is something that I would do for free. I was like, if nobody paid me to do this, I would still come here and I would still be happy. Like I might be sleeping on somebody's couch, but like I actually like this. Like I'm into this. Like I want to be better at, like this is challenging for me. And I was like, okay, so why am I in school? Why do I want to be a doctor? But you always told everybody you want to be a doctor. And I'm like, I know, I've told everybody that since I was 2, but like, why? Like, why do you like school? Why do you like anatomy? What's your fascination with the periodic table? Well, I like the periodic table because I know all the elements and I can spit them out and people are amazed. They're like, ooh, but do you really care about the periodic table, or do you care about the people who tell you that you're dope because you know the periodic table?
Yeah.
So I literally had to have a conversation with myself. And in that conversation with myself, I realized, like, if you decide to go to medical school and be a doctor, people would think you're amazing because you're this fashionable neurosurgeon, but at the end of the day, you'll be doing yourself and those people a disservice because you won't be the best doctor because you're so good at it. Like, it's so easy. So I'm like, let me not waste my time. Let me do what makes me happy. And if I fail at it, I fail. And I'll figure something else out. But I never came up with a plan B. I never said, okay, well, if I fail, I'm going to go back to college, or if I fail, I'm going to do this. I was only strictly focused on plan A. And there's this quote that says people who have a plan B seldom ever accomplish plan A.
Yeah.
Like, you have to put your all into it and be ready to, like, sleep on the street. Like, it's either this or nothing. When I moved to LA, I had $300 in my bank account. That was it. $149 of that went to a one-way plane ticket on AirTran. I did not have a car. I did not have an apartment. I didn't have a job lined up. I just knew that I could no longer be in Atlanta. Y'all are giving me way too much.
Yeah.
I don't have no money. And when my next phone bill rolls around, I'm not going to be able to pay it because I have to use all stuff. I needed a change. I needed a challenge.